can tell you with absolute certainty this will never leak, because I've got to whip it all out now. Now then, just back on the renovation today, and this morning's job, there's actually a big site meeting going on today, so probably won't be able to get too much footage today. But I want to get these toilets, let me spin the camera around and show you. I want to get these cisterns on the wall. There's two in here. This is having a wall in the middle, and the pans sort of set up. I'm not going to put the pans in, obviously, because the flooring and everything's knocked down. What's going on here, this is all being bought out, so actually coming out 6 or 8 inches, whatever we need to do to get over the depth of that soil pipe. And the plan is, we've actually got units for the toilet cisterns to go in, but we're going to use the panels from the units to go on the front of the boxing. So we'll cut the front of the boxing out and then just clip the panels on. So if anything goes wrong, you'll be able to unclip the panels, a bit like basically a concealed system. Well, that's exactly what it is. So everything's going to be easy to work on but concealed, so nobody can tamper with anything. That's the plan anyway. That's the centre of my system, so it's just a case of getting that on the wall. They're the Thomas Dudley ones, they're not bad actually. They're just the push button ones. Just hard pipe all that in, and then we can set the pans up where we want. I'm not a massive fan of flexi pan connectors, but on these back to the wall pans it does make life easy, I'm not going to lie, because then when you come to second fix you can literally just slide your pan back and then connect it in, so it does make life easier, especially on the upstairs. You're not really going to get any rodents chewing them, so I think that's what I'm going to use. I did actually buy all the bits to hard pipe them, and I still may do that yet, depending if I'm struggling, but the flexis do make life a little bit easier. So I'll get this cistern on the wall, or these cisterns on the wall, get these piped up, and then we'll go from there. Obviously I need to set, we shouldn't be a problem with the length of the flush pipe on this one, because we can set that cistern to whatever height we want, and that's going to be long enough to go into the back of the pan. So yeah, we'll be absolutely fine on this one. So I'll get these set up quickly. Obviously there is a site meeting going on in a bit, so I don't know how much footage I'll be able to get, but we'll see what we can do. I've just checked the panel height of the units, and the panels are, well, the top of the unit in theory would have been 790. So when we come to put the panels on, I don't want the cisterns any higher than 790, because I want to be in that panel. Obviously we're not using the unit, we're just using the panel, but all of it's going to be made accessible, so we can get all the pipe work and stuff. So I'll mount them cisterns somewhere there. It's just on you've probably seen these before, but it's just a hook, and you just fix your bracket on the wall wherever I put it, and just hook the cistern on, and then it's just a case of connecting it up. I'll hard pipe that, I'll put a valve there somewhere, and then we'll just swing that cold feed around out the way of the flush pipe. Same with that one, just swing that up around the way of the flush pipe, and that's all set up. Then they can get all that boxed in, and it's all going to be made accessible. Jobs like this, the laser really does come in handy. You don't want the flush pipe an angle, so you want it nice and straight, so we can get that centered all the way through, and then it will just make life a lot easier, because sometimes when you're leveling trying to wire stuff up, you end up with your flush pipe ½ inch off, and then it ends up coming at an angle. So just like little bits like that can just help you when you come to second fix. If you don't get your flush pipe in square into the back of your pan, sometimes it can cause a leak. So we know that one's going to be perfect. We'll get that bracket fixed on the wall, and we shouldn't have any issues. That's all perfectly set up, so I've just got the easy task of piping that in now. We'll put an isolation valve underneath, so when you take that panel off you can get to it. It looks like the back of one of them Land Rover Discoveries, doesn't it? All offset, and looks like it's all on the wonk. But obviously that's where the push button goes. So that'll be perfect, and we'll just get that one piped in, do the same as that. That's an easy job sorted. It is actually a water regulation to have a service valve or an isolation valve before any float operated valve, which obviously a ball valve in a toilet or a header tank or a cistern is a float operated valve. So we're putting a RAS approved isolator on. So I'm just going to trim my flush pipe's length, well, roughly to length, just so we can pop it in. Been using this ox cutter, it cuts them reasonably well. That one doesn't cut very well, but you know, this is probably going to be too long. When we get the pan set up in a minute, we can, I'm not even going to put the rubber in there yet. I just want to see where it comes, so we can keep the cold feed out of the way. So as I say, that will need trimming to height, because we need to ultimately get into the back of that flush pipe. But now we can see where we need to go, so we can just kick behind, around, and then connect onto that cold feed. Right, I've bent myself a piece up. I don't know whether it fits yet. We can edit it out if it doesn't. Oh, it's not bad, you know. Cut that off about there. I reckon we can make that work. We always make it work. Where have I put my... It's big enough, you wouldn't think you'd lose it, would you? I reckon we can make it. Yeah, I'm that confident I'm going to jet blue that up. Yeah, that'll be alright. Not bad for a guess. If you can bend copper pipe, it will save you a lot of time, because obviously we'd have had to use 1, 2, 3 elbows. I've literally bent that up in what, half a minute, and that I can guarantee you the bends will never leak. It'll only be my soldered joints. We'll get that one soldered up, set the pan up, and then we just got to do the same over there. That's all piped up. I've turned that valve off. What I'm going to do now is just set the height on the flush pipe. I need to put a piece of saw pipe in here. You can't put a pan connector into a socket end. You always need to use a piece of saw pipe, because it'll just be too loose in there. So I can set this height of the flush pipe up. All I need to do is measure to the back of the height of the thing, allow a little bit for flooring, and then we can just sit that pan in position ready for all the boxing and everything to be done. And we know that's all set up. We are going to test everything. We're going to get the water and everything livened up, but that's all set up and should be fine. Do the same over there, and then I think the site meeting will be starting. So at least that's done already then. Bath's all in, basin's all ready to go, and yeah, we're pretty much getting there with this one. That one's all set up. We'll be able to shorten that push pipe back a little bit more yet, and well, we won't know definitely until the boxing's all done, but at the minute that's 9.5. Obviously the boxing's going to need to be probably 7 inches, so we can probably go back 2 inches further than that, but we'll just see how it all gets set up, and then we know where that's positioned. I can shorten that one back a touch as well if we need to, so to lift up for the flooring. But that's sort of what we're gonna, that system's peed up, isn't it? I have to have a look at that. I think it's just lifted off the bracket as I pushed it in. We'll make sure that is straight, because that's going to affect my OCD. And then yeah, that one's set up, panel in, and then we can get to everything to it after, because this panel is going to be completely removable. But I will make sure that system is level. I'll just show you how quick this is with the ox cutter. I'm not sponsored by them, I just think this is really good. So bring that on there, look. One turn and it's done. That's quite thick plastic as well, to be fair. This is on the 2-inch. Bang that on there. That one was far a touch, to be fair. Typical, absolutely typical that. Now it sometimes does, so I can clean that burr off and that'll go straight in that flush pipe. Anyway, like that. But yeah, you do get a nice clean cut. Right, that's got that all sorted, and I can tell you with absolute certainty this will never leak, because I've got to whip it all out now. They don't want this as a bathroom anymore, they want it as a bedroom. A little bit dejected, a little bit depressed about that, but at the end of the day, you've got to do what you've got to do sometimes. I think I need to have a sit down for a minute. Obviously they just had a site meeting. Oh, I need to sit down. Just had a site meeting, and yeah, they reckon this bedroom where I'm in now is going to be too small. This is going to be 3 rooms. So they want this as 2 bedrooms, and the bedroom that was in here is going in there. So I've got to rip all this out. Obviously it's taken me a bit of work to put it all in, but now I've got to rip it all out. So yeah, we'll have to sort that. And the bathroom is going downstairs now. I've no idea how I'm going to feed that yet. I need to have a look. But yeah, it is depressing when you have to rip your own work out, I'm not going to lie, but it is, yeah. I'm always honest on the channel. It's not the first time it's happened to me. It happens quite a lot actually. You only work for drawing, and that's all you can ever work for. But it's just when you've done it all and you're happy with your job, and then you have to do it all over again. It can get to you. So let me put a little bit of light on. So this room in here, the one now is a bathroom. So obviously we've got no soil pipes. We've got a safe. We've got no soil pipes. We're just feeding in there. Safe sounds as that. So yeah, obviously we've got to get soil pipe out here. This room's been altered as well. Obviously I haven't really done too much in here, but it's all first fixed. But yeah, I've got to alter all this now. We'll have to get a new soil pipe out of the wall somehow. We've got to have a bath, obviously bath, toilet and basin in here. It's a bit dark in it. But yeah, I'm just have to wait for the new drawing to come through. And yeah, we'll sort it out, but not much I can do. I needed it to the drawing. And then we've got radiator going under this window now. They're all dead. They're the old hot and colds. And they want the pipes chopping in the wall, running down below the skirting board and then out. So they'll be all hidden. So I'll probably crack on with that this afternoon and wait for the new drawing. I was hoping to get away from here because obviously I'm about done. But now I've got all them radiators in there. Obviously quite a bit to do in there. Just a bit gutted, but it's life, innit? It always happens to me. But yeah, you do your best job and then rip it all out. I'm not going to rip it out this afternoon because I'm just like, I'll have to do it with a fresh pair of eyes when I'm a bit more like, I don't know, you guys probably know how I feel. But yeah, we'll crack on. I'll go and sit in the van, have a little cry for 5 minutes, and then we'll get a bit of work done. I know what'll make me feel better. A cup of tea. No, I don't think I'll bother. I forgot to mention as well, the shower tray's probably got to come out as well because that wall's got to be brought forward 4 inches now to get the soil pipe through. Obviously hot and colds will need moving across. I did have all them nice and neat. Obviously the shower tray in as well, but we'll have to bring that forward 4 inches. Hopefully I can get it out in one piece. It is bedded in with standard cement, so 50-50 chance. It will probably come out, to be fair. But they were happy with all my pipes over there, which is good. So yeah, it's a bit, I don't know, I'll have a think about it. I might be able to break the floor up and get my soil pipe out there into a new manhole or something. Or I might even be able to pick it up off this one. I'll have a think about that. Because it's just more work, innit? All the time it's more work. Because they said just clipping that downstairs toilet with the soil pipe, but you can't because this is here. It'll literally be in the middle of the wall. I don't think they looked at that. So mine's not the reason why. I'll find a way. I'll make it work. And obviously that'll have to be deggoed in there. So yeah, I'll figure it out. We'll sort it. It does depress you, this job sometimes. It can be the best job in the world and the worst job in the world all at the same time. Keep smiling. If you don't laugh, you will cry. So I'm going to have a go at getting these pipes chopped in here. This is definitely staying. So I'm going to get these chopped in. I know it's a mucky, horrible job, but it will cheer me up. These out of the ground are dead. These hot and colds because I've repiped them all. So they're all dead. I'll cap that waste off as well. I've got that bung there. Get them hot and colds chopped in. Position this radiator under the window. That's what I'm going to do this afternoon. A bit of loud banging and everything, that'll cheer me right up. Can't even have a cup of tea, look, because my mug's gone mouldy. This is the old kitchen drain. Whoever did that made a bit of a bodge of that, didn't they? They don't have a proper bung, so what they did is they just filled it full of cement. Obviously shoved the pipe in, I would have thought, and filled it full of cement. Look, there's probably a bag in there. I ain't got my GoPro, but we'll chop a little bit of that out and have a look. See if I can give you guys a shot. This drain's coming out anyway, although chopping out. Harder than expected. That's a bodge, isn't it, that? That's a bodge. I don't want it falling down the pipe. while I'm just waiting for the dust to settle in there, I just wanted to say never let this job get you down, because sometimes this job, or any job really, can kick you in the arse. It's like today, obviously we've gone backwards now. It's not my fault, nothing I can do, but we have to make it, we have to put it right. Obviously that's how the customer wants it, that's how it's going to be. They're going to pay whatever, you know, to make it how they want, so it's absolutely fine. We're more than happy to do that, but it's just like, I don't really know what the word is really. It's just, it feels like you're going backwards just when you think you're getting on top of a job. Obviously we've got more work scheduled in. I've already sort of planned what I was doing. The next 3 days I can't be here anyway because I've got work booked in. But like next week I was looking at starting another bathroom. Obviously potentially you might have to put that back. That was sort of a job we can drop onto at any time anyway. But it's just all a knock-on effect. But I just wanted to say, never let this job get you down. You get minutes in your day, where I was earlier, just after they sort of said they wanted it all moving. Obviously you never show your emotions in front of other people. Obviously I show it to you guys because I just show you my feelings, how it is. But it sucks sometimes, but you pick yourself straight up. Obviously, you know, you have a little bit of a down moment, but then you pick yourself straight back up. That's it, you're straight back in it, straight back into the mentality. We've got to get this job sorted now. That's how it's going to be, that's what we're going to do. So as I say, tomorrow is always a brand new day. We wake up tomorrow absolutely fresh and we go again. So yeah, I just wanted just a few words of advice, because sometimes you can take problems home with you. Never take problems home with you. Just smoke alarm's going off for some reason. Probably set fire to the place now. But yeah, never take problems home with you. Well, best go and put the fire out, I know. Right, plan is to get everything bent up in one. I'll probably have to put a socket somewhere in that wall. It's like, I don't know if it's flashing on the GoPro, but it's flashing for me. So I'll try and bend everything up. What I'm going to do is tape everything in, and hopefully we'll have no joints down there if I'm a master bender, which I'm not. So I just chopped all that in. Chopping in is the worst part. What I'll do is I'll set the GoPro up. If it flickers too much, obviously I'll edit all this out. But I'll just put a mark on my pipe at 1,270. We need to, that's the bend coming out. Obviously we need to bend across and then up. We'll probably end up with a joint there. We'll see if we can bend it up. The plan was to pull all this in one, but for some reason I put my first bend, I bent it wrong, so I'm going to have to put a socket there. I'd have had to put a socket on the vertical anyway. It just goes to show you nobody's perfect. Just my head's in the shed, head's all over the place, but we'll get over that. It's only a socket. What I'll end up doing, it's a bit long anyway, so I need to shorten it back. I'll tape all this in, and then we'll just clip that back so the plaster has got plenty, so we can bond back over. And then there are some heating pipes. Where are we? Just over here somewhere. There's a radiator up there on the landing. We can pick into them. But if I can just get this bit in today, I'll be fairly happy. I don't know if I've got enough copper actually. I've only got one and a bit. I've got one and a bit left. That's not full length, that other one. So yeah, we'll see. So I'll have to pick some more up when I'm back. I'm not actually back here. That light is terrible. I'm not actually back here for a few days actually, so it's probably not a bad thing. It just clears your head. You can start again then. And then we'll probably look at getting the soil pipe and everything done in there again. All the soils again on this job, going around in circles, but one step forward, two steps back sometimes. We'll keep smiling and keep working. Right, I've just put these pipes in here, got them all taped up. I just need to go upstairs, lift the chipboard up and see where we can pick these up. These should be fine, there's plenty of depth for the plasterer to get back on. And all they'll do is fix the skirting boards. I've left them low enough so they can still get fixed in the top, and then we'll just come out and into radiator. I think that's how they wanted it. I've blanked that old drain off there. So we'll go and find that upstairs and we'll get them connected in. That's that little bit all sorted then. Right, them pipes should be around about there. They must have built, I don't know how that wall's built. I think that's the wall I've chopped into. But in theory, I should have been right on top of it, but the wall doesn't seem to be there. So I'll lift this board up in this corner. It's maybe been up before anyway. I'm hoping to pick, obviously, flow and return up off that rad. We still should be fine because that comes off the 22 there and it's just on a 15mm drop in. So I'll move them bits out of the way, get that board up, and we'll see if we can see our tails that we've left up. I don't think they'll be, I don't know, they'll either be there or the other side, but we'll see if we can find them. I've made a slight error with my technical judgment. My pipes are all the way. You can't actually see them, I can't even see them. They're about 1.9 metres from that old extractor fan across. It's because I forgot about the slant on the roof. So effectively we've got a big void, so my pipe's all the way down there. So what I'm going to try and do is I've cut them off again downstairs. I'm going to try and put some bends on here and try and feed them across into my hole. That's the only way I can see I'm going to do it. It's not going to be easy. It's full of insulation there as well. I pulled it all out. Obviously I need to lag these parts and put all that insulation back in. That extractor fan actually turns up, so I'm going to have to go like at an angle and then pull it back here. And then once I'm in here, that's the easy bit. I just have to drill through that wood and pick the rad up. But yeah, I forgot about that bit, to be honest with you. It's one of them days. Right, I've had to do these like this because I've got a joist there and I've got a joist there, and I've had to fish them across. There's literally no other way I can do it. They'll have to box it in. It's all beamed in this room anyway, so there's nothing else I can do basically. So that's how it is. I don't think they'll look too bad. So yeah, that's fine. I've got them across to here, so we've just got to join them on with the rad now. I just didn't realise the roof was coming along there. So over here is where I've lifted the floor, and obviously I can't get to any of this, but I should be able to slide some lagging down with a bit of luck. But yeah, sometimes you can only do your best, and that's all you can ever do. Right, that's got them all in. I think I'm going to end the video there. I still need to tape over them, but I am going to end the video there just because it's coming towards the end of the day anyway. I apologise if I've been a little bit down and dejected. It's just, I like to show things how they are, and this is sometimes the realities. It is tough to pick yourself up. It's not really my fault. Well, it's not my fault. I haven't even done it to the drawing, but it still affects you. I think it's because I care about every job that I do, and I always want to try and do my best job. And when you're ripping your own stuff out, it is tough. I'm not going to lie, it is tough. Any tradesman will probably say that if you've done a beautiful job of wiring something or building something. And the other thing that I've just found out today, my van's got to go in for 2 weeks. I need my van for 2 weeks to repair. I don't know if any of you guys remember a while ago, someone hit my van. It's actually pushed all this A-pillar back. It's closed this gap here as well. So new bonnet, new grille, new wing, I think. So yeah, it's done quite a bit of damage. So I'm losing my van for 2 weeks as well, which I'm annoyed about, but there's nothing I can do about it. So they're sorting me out a hire van, but I don't know what I'm getting yet. So yeah, that's another thing that's got me today. So it's just been one of them days really. A number of things that I can't control goes wrong. The phone's not stopped ringing either, just sorting other problems out as well. So yeah, I'll come back stronger and better, and we'll do our best to do our best. So yeah, I'll probably be disliking this video. That's how I feel right now. So yeah, if you did enjoy this one, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike, and we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.